under some trash.
Surrender or be.
What a shame. Now we can't surrender.
No!
That was close.
Used to take those tin cans out in half the time. Must be getting rusty.
I'll say.
Tracker!
Scratch 3 rebels. Awake already, sleeping beauty? You heal up pretty fast for an old guy.
Thanks a lot. Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
Good try, Rebel. But you're heading to a mutant termination center. And the Sentinels there don't care who you know. Why can't you Rebels stop attacking those bucket heads? All it gets you is termination.
Wake up, rookie. The Sentinels want to kill all mutants.
Just you Rebels, old man. They treat the rest of us just fine. ID, Tracker, Bishop. 3 recoveries. So where's my money?
Tracker Bishop recovery quota reached. Tracker Bishop no longer needed.
What do you mean?
Terminate them all.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of GospelX, the Gospel according to the X-Men. My name is Jonathan, this is Henry, and we are now in episode 11 of season 1 of the X-Men animated series. And today we'll be, as you saw the little clip that we showed you, we'll be going into Days of Future Past. Now we're going to combine the two, Days of Future Past 1 and 2 for this discussion because it just didn't really seem right to split them up. So, Henry, you kick it off.
Okay.
What do you think?
So, as we saw in the scene and saw what happened, we are way into the future now. The X-Men are gone. The Sentinels have taken over, and they are systematically rounding up mutants and putting them into camps, concentrating them into these camps.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
we have the scene where there's a dialogue between Bishop and Wolverine.
Yeah, Bishop and Wolverine. Bishop is actually a mutant, and he's actually working with the Sentinels. And he's actually questioning Wolverine. Why is he actually rebelling against the Sentinels?
Like, why don't you just go with the flow?
Why don't you just go with the flow? Do what society says, just go, and if you go and do what the Sentinels say,
you won't get hurt.
You won't get hurt. They'll treat you just fine. They'll give you a job, they'll give you security, and then you won't have anything to worry about. You won't face all the danger and death that you currently are.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, he's rolling up to the Sentinels saying, "Hey, I'm Bishop, I'm your friend." The Sentinels look at each other and say, "No, you're not." And they blast his ID card away, and
what a burn! Literally.
Wolverine should have just given it to him right then. It's like, see, I told you.
Yeah, but he didn't.
And, part of what that scene says to me is that we live in a world that might not be good all the time. There's a lot of evil in there. But it's not just good and evil. There's a spectrum. There's like a shade of gray. And as Christians, right, we have to navigate how we interact with that world. Whereas Bishop in this scene, he's actually collaborating with an evil organization.
Yes.
That eventually turns on him.
Right. So it's more of a discussion of, okay, how should Christians go and approach culture, ongoing culture? Should we go with culture, like Bishop? Should we go against culture and hide in a silo and just be a hermit and not even engage with anything? Which is, to contemporize, maybe
Or
just...
rebel,
right? Or just go with hostility, right? Just go against culture. Or should we go and engage culture, right? And that's what you're trying to say, is that we shouldn't chicken out and just go with the flow and think that, and hope to best, and then turn a blind eye and just close our eyes and just hope.
And just hope for the best.
That things will just work out at the end, and then we can't just hide in our churches and just and sing songs and say, okay, we see no evil, hear no evil, right? And just avoid everything. Or like some people would just gather up a bunch of people and just show a lot of hatred in the name of Christ. It's more about engaging culture. With love, with hospitality, with conversation, and but most importantly, back to the point, with love, right? What else? Is that what do you want to add on that?
Well, it's we can take it to a more contemporary slant. What do we see nowadays that Christians face that might seem like we're collaborating in order to fulfill our agendas, right?
But it's hard, right? It's a lot of the times it's not like the big evil stuff like Sentinels.
No, the world is not just good and bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the toughest part is, where do you find that compromise, right? You can't live in a world and say, I'm not gonna be involved in anything that's remotely bad.
Yeah.
That remotely has any kind of negative moral tint.
Then you should be in a monastery.
Yeah, we're just live alone. We're gonna be chanting alone,
Gregorian chants and just washing dishes and planting cabbages. But So I guess to conclude, then it's a passage that from the Bible that rings a bell would be Romans 12, where it says, "Do not conform to the patterns of this world. Therefore, offer yourselves as living sacrifices," right? And it's an interesting thing is that that passage, it flows through that in order to not conform to the patterns of the world, is actually to be selfless and more loving to others, self-sacrifice to others. And it seems like that's kind of like our compass then. It's not necessarily to go against culture. It's not to go with culture. It is actually taking everything and go, okay, why am I doing this? Is this for myself or is it for others?
So if that's the compass, we should love others. We should sacrifice ourselves for others. If the culture says for you to do other than that, then you know it's wrong.
That's right.
Then you know you have to be countercultural in that way. Okay?
Yeah.
If culture is telling you to be non-loving, then you gotta go the other way.
Especially now, we may not be in the Middle East or anything, but our Western culture, today Black Friday, right? They are saying that this is for you. This is for your own good. Don't you want to get wealthy? Don't you want to have a house? Don't you want to have a great life? That should be red flags telling us that, hey, if my compass is supposed to be self-sacrifice and loving others, yet this culture is telling me that this is only for myself, then there you go. That's something that should flag us and say that's something that we have to steer away from.
That's a great example, right?
Yeah.
Today is Black Friday. Don't step on each other, everybody.
Yeah.
Be safe out
there. Be safe out there. All right. That's it. That's another episode of GospelX. We're going to take a break for Christmas because December is around the corner. So we'll be back in January for another episodes of GospelX. Till next time, have a blessed week and have a blessed holiday and a blessed Christmas.